Hello everyone, welcome back to AeroHub and welcome to the series of lectures in aerospace structures. In the previous lecture we discussed how to estimate the bending stress of a wing section which is idealized. In this lecture we will discuss how to estimate the bending stress of a fuselage frame which is subjected to a certain amount of moment. You can see in this question we have a fuselage section which is subjected to a bending moment of 100 kilonewton meter applied in the vertical plane of symmetry. So this structure is having a plane of symmetry along the vertical axis. So we can understand that the value of product moment of inertia will be 0 and the section is idealized, and we have to calculate the bending stress acting on each and every boom. You can see in this figure we have a fuselage section and we have a section which consists of totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 plus 7, 16 boom areas. Okay, and you can see this structure is symmetrical about the vertical axis, that is it is having a symmetry about this axis. So the value of IXY will be 0 and we are applying the bending moment along the vertical plane of symmetry. Therefore the value of mx is equal to 100 kilonewton meter, that is equal to 100 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. Okay, now we have to calculate the value of bending stress. So sigma is nothing but mx divided by Ixx into y. This will be the value of bending stress equation. Since we don't have the value of my, the actual formula is mx by Ixx into y plus my by Iyy into x. We don't have the value of my, so this factor will be cancelling out. So finally we'll be having sigma is equal to mx by Ixx into y. So to calculate the value of Ixx, we need to find out the centroid of the section. That is, we need to find out the value of y bar. Okay, to calculate the value of Ixx, we have to be aware about the value of y bar of the section. That is the centroid of the section. We can see in this section we have the section which is having 16 boom areas, and you can see since the section is symmetric about vertical axis, boom area 2 and this boom area will be having same boom area, that is this will be having 600 millimeter square as the boom area. Similarly boom area 3 will be having 600 millimeter square and boom area 4 will be having 600 millimeter square and boom area 5 will be having 620 millimeter square and boom area 6 will be having 640 millimeter square and boom area 7 will be having 640 millimeter square and boom area 8 will be having 850 millimeter square and boom area 9 as well as 1 will be having the same boom area, that is 640 millimeter square. And you can see the distance, this is a reference axis. From this reference axis you can see the distance of each of the boom area arrangement. For example, the boom area 2 is at a distance of 1140 millimeter from the reference axis. This is the reference axis of this system. From the reference axis, the boom area 2 is 1140 millimeter. Similarly, the boom area 5 as well as this boom area is having a distance of 565 millimeter from the reference axis. Now we have to calculate the value of y bar. Y bar is nothing but summation of A into y divided by summation of area. Okay, so in this equation we have to consider the value of boom area into the distance, that's the y distance. Okay, for example, for boom area 1 the area is 640 and the y distance from the reference axis is 1200 millimeter. Similarly we have to consider the 16 boom areas and we have to calculate the value of summation AY. Then we have to divide by the summation of area, that is the total sum of the boom areas. We are not considering the area of this skin section, we are only considering the area of the boom areas. since the boom areas will be carrying the direct stress and the shear stress is carrying by the skin section. So first we'll consider the boom area 1. Boom area 1 is having an area of 640 and the distance is 1200 millimeter, plus we have two boom areas having each boom area 600 at a distance of 1140 millimeter. Similarly, we have two boom areas having an area of 600, this one, and the distance is 960, plus we have two boom areas, 2 into boom area is 600 and the distance is 768, plus we have two boom areas, area is 620, 2 into 620 into, that is distance is 565, plus we have two boom areas at a distance of 336 having a boom area of 640. So it will be 2 into 640 into 336, plus we have two boom areas, that is this one, boom area 7, having an area of 640 and the distance is 144, plus we have two boom areas, boom area 8 and this one, 2 into, and the area of the boom is 850 and the distance is 38. Okay, now for this boom area number 9, it is in the reference axis, so the distance will be 0. So we no need to consider the value of boom area number 9 since it is the starting of the reference axis. This is summation of A into Y. Okay, the numerator. Now it will be divided by the summation of areas, that is the summation of boom area. So you can see we have several boom area which is having equal boom area. For example, we have boom area number 1, boom area number 9 having same boom area of 640, and we have boom area number 7 and this one 640, and this boom area number 6 and this one also 640. So here it will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 boom areas having the equal area of 640 millimeter square. So I will write 6 into 640 plus we have 600 millimeter square, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 6 into 600 plus we have two boom areas of 620 millimeter square. Then we have 640 done. Then we have 850 millimeter square which is having two boom areas. Okay, so totally 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 2 14, 14 plus 2 16. So we have totally 16 boom areas. Now we will calculate the value of centroid. So you will be getting an answer of y bar is equal to 540 millimeter. This will be the answer for y bar. Okay. This is the answer for y bar. Now we will calculate the value of y for certain boom areas from the centroidal axis. So we will mark the boom centroidal axis of the system. We have a reference axis starting from this point. We will now mark a centroidal axis and we will find out the distance of each boom area from this centroidal axis. So 540 millimeter, that is from this point, from this reference axis 540, this is somewhere here. This is the centroid of the system. Okay, this is a centroid of the particular section. Okay, and this will be your axis system. You can be able to see. Okay, this is 540 millimeter, and from this axis we will find out the distance of each and every boom area. Okay, Now you can see in this figure, we have the same figure here and I have the same marking, and you can see from the reference axis I have plotted y bar is equal to 540 millimeter, and I plotted an axis system. This is x and y bar axis, y axis, that is nothing but the centroidal axis of the fuselage section. This is nothing but the centroidal axis of the fuselage section, and you can see above the centroidal axis the distance of each boom area will be positive and below it will be negative. For example, for boom area number 1, the total distance from the reference axis is 1200, and from the centroidal axis, that is this distance, will be 1200 minus 540. So it will be plus 660 millimeter. Similarly, we will find out for second boom area, that will be 1140 minus 540, that will be plus 600. For third boom area, 960 minus 540, that will be plus 420. Above the centroidal axis will be having positive value of for y, and below the centroidal axis will be having negative value. And for boom area number 4, it will be plus 228, that is 768 minus 540. And boom area number 5, it will be 565 minus 540, it will be plus 25. And boom area number 6, it will be negative because it is below the centroidal axis. So it will be 540 minus 336, that will be negative, it will be 336 minus 540, that will be minus 204. For boom area 7, it will be 144 minus 540, that will be minus 396. Boom area 8, that will be 38 minus 540, that will be minus 502. And boom area 9, that will be minus 540. Okay, these are in millimeters. And the areas of the corresponding booms are, that you can see here, this will be the area. For boom area 1, that will be 640, and boom area 2, 600, boom area 3, 600, boom area 4, 600, boom area 5, 620, boom area 6, 640, boom area 7, 640, boom area 8, 850, and boom area 9, 640 millimeter square. Okay, now we have the value of Ixs is equal to n into a y square. Okay, we are aware about this particular formula from the previous lectures as well as from the idealization of structures. Ixx is equal to n into a into y square, where n is the number of boom areas, a is nothing but the area of the corresponding boom, and y is nothing but the distance. It's already given. So we have one boom area here, one boom area. So area is 640 into y square will be 660 square. So 640 into y square. Y square is 660 square. This will give 278 into 10 power 6. Okay. Similarly, for boom area number 2, for case this one, it will be 2 into, we have 2 boom areas, so it will be 2 into 600 into 600 square. Okay. And for third boom area, it will be 2 boom areas here, so 2 into 600 into the value of y is 420 square. Fourth boom area, the value of y is 228, the area is 600. We have 2 boom areas, so it will be 2 into 600 into 228 square. And fifth one, This will be 2 boom areas. 2 into the value of boom area is 620. The distance is 25 square. Sixth one, we have 2 boom areas. 2 into the value of boom area is 640 and the distance is minus 204 square. For 7th boom area, the value of boom area is how much? 640. We have 2 boom areas. It will be 2 into 640. The y value is minus 396 square. Okay. And 8th boom area will be having 2 boom areas having 850 millimeter square each. The distance will be minus 502 square. And the last boom area, that is boom area number 9, we have only 1 boom area similar to their first boom area into the value of boom area is 640 and the distance is minus 540 square. Okay. So this will give the value of Ixx. You can find out the answer. The value of Ixx will be, I have found out the value of Ixx is, just add this entire values of boom area to find out the value of boom area. Just add the values of this table, this column. You will get the value of Ixx for the entire section. So we will be getting Ixx as 1853 into 0.8 into 10 power 6 millimeter power 4. This will be the value of Ixx for this section. Okay. So we will be getting the value of Ixx as 1853.8 into 10 power 6 millimeter power 4. Just add each and every values of this column. You will be getting the value of Ixx. We are multiplying into 2 because for boom area 2 we have 2 boom areas of equal boom area and having an equal distance from the centroidal axis. Similarly, for others boom areas also up to from 2 to 8 we have 2 boom areas having equal area and equal distance from the centroidal axis, except in the case of 1 and 9 we have only 1 boom area having a certain amount of distance from the centroidal axis. Okay, so you calculated the value of Ixx. Now we will calculate the value of sigma. So sigma will be equal to mx divided by Ixx into y. So mx is given as 100 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter square. You have to check out the units. That's very important. So Ixx is 1853.8 into 10 power 6 into y. Okay. So I'll be getting an answer of 0.0539 into y. This is the value for sigma. This is the value of bending stress. This is the bending stress equation for the entire fuselage section. Now what we have to do is, you have the value of y for each and every boom area. That is for boom area 1 the value of y is 660. Just multiply sigma into 660. Okay, so sigma 1 is equal to 0.0539 into y, that is nothing but 0.0539 into 660. So you'll be getting 35.6 Newton per millimeter square. Okay. Similarly, we have to find out for the entire section, entire boom areas. So for sigma 2, that is the boom area number 2, that will be 0.0539 into the value of y is 600 millimeter into 600. So we'll be getting 32.3 Newton per millimeter square, and sigma 3 is equal to 0.0539 into 420. So I'll be getting 22.63 Newton per millimeter square. You can calculate, you'll be getting the same answer here. And sigma 4 is equal to 0.0539 into 228, that will be 12.28 Newton per millimeter square. Sigma 5, that is 0.0539 into 25, that is 1.3475 Newton per millimeter square. And sigma 6 is equal to 0.0539 into, we'll be having a negative value here because it is below the centroidal axis, so it will be minus 10.99 Newton per millimeter square. Sigma 7 is equal to 0.0539 into minus 396 minus 21.34 Newton per millimeter square. And sigma 8 is equal to 0.0539 into minus 502, that will be minus 27.05 Newton per millimeter square. And sigma 9 is equal to 0.0539 into minus 540, that will be minus 29.106 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, this is the method to calculate the value of bending stress for the given fuselage section. Now, in this next lecture, we will start how to find out the shear flow distribution for the idealized airframe sections. Thank you for listening. Take care.